All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is... All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. Fielded about a yard deep. Able to fight through one tackle. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's got a moonwalk. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Darnold from the gun. And he's got Snead. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
All right, here we go. Green.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Here's Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big completion there on 3rd and short, keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. 1st and goal, and you know me, I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down and distance count.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
Set. Green 39. Green.
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
1st and 10. Hoffman. He goes underneath to Freeman. He finds an opening past the 40. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
First carry for Royce Freeman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On second down, Freeman. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
From the gun, Hoffman. The 20. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lamb. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. On third down, Hoffman. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And McManus able to put it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Set. Green 39.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A 1st down carry now for Crowell. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Now Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Watch it now, Barney.
Back to throw. Hoffman flushed out right. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now the pitch to Freeman. Right through it, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Broncos are in for 6. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, end result, touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 10-3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jets. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. second down and 10. Darnold. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10.
3-19.
Here's Darnold. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They go play action here on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for second and 23. Looking to throw. Hoffman on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
On second down, Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Set. Blue 90. Blue
Operating from the gun. Hoffman escaping the pressure. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jets have recovered. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now it's Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before the break. Darnold. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. The Broncos say they have it. They do. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is taken at the 3. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Meanwhile, down in Philly, and the Eagles out in front early. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. 3rd quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw on 2nd down. Hoffman flush to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Hoffman. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw, Darnold. Caught right side at Snead. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
3rd and 2, Darnold. Caught by Snead over the middle. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Forced out to his left. Got an open man. It's Fumagalli. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw on second down. Hoffman. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jets have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They begin with a run by Crowell. A second nice move, a spin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now let's go.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. That is incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Set. Green 39.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And that's incomplete. Isaiah Crowell, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Darnold now to throw, and this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
The Jets on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 15.
Set. 3-19.
Darnold. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Enunwa, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Bailey got the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
We're seeing these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Off the play fake. Hoffman. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. 3.
Off play action. Hoffman. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Robert Quinn in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, Hoffman. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
So that flag will cost them 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
To To throw is Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Snead's got it. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Willie Snead. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are going to take the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. But he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
To throw on second down, Hoffman swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Throwing on first down. Hoffman. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go.
Off the play fake. Hoffman sliding out of it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Leonard Williams in there to get him. His 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hoffman. And the pressure gets to him again. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
This is taken at the 18. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They'll drop the throw. Going underneath for Crowell. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good game before he's taken down. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Isaiah Crowell, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a 1st down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the 1st down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Bailey now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw again, Hoffman. And he comes back with one complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Denver has the 1st down. The play going for 15 yards.
Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gun.
On 1st down, Hoffman. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It's caught at the 10. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A huge play there for Denver. 54 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Off play action. Hoffman. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
No, check. Patriot.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Fielded about a yard deep. Shrugs him off. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Crowell with a chance to make a big impact in this Jets backfield. Here's 1st down.
Let's go. Green.
They keep it with Crowell on 1st. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Hurry up, here we go.
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return will stop right around the 25. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, second and 10.
Lucky 56. Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Here's a give to Crowell. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA